Well, the clock has been not working on the south face for about 3 years now, and today's the go day to basically take down the hands. So what we do is we pull them off the face, we bring them down through the 15th floor, bring them through a window, they get dismantled, and they're going over to our builder's facility.
And once we figure out how to take apart the south face, restore the hands, they haven't been touched since 1911, 1910, something like that, and they need to be rebalanced and restored and repainted. Once we figure that whole thing out and document it, being able to take care of the other three faces should be a lot easier.
Well, I mean, as far as these clocks, I mean, no one's ever taken these off, so we kind of didn't know what we were up against, really. We kind of had a decent idea, but until we actually pulled the hands off, we weren't sure if they were going to, drop 5 feet or, so or if they would even come off in the first place. I don't think they've been off since they built the place. So they came off incredibly easily. I was surprised. I was really shocked. It was bronze. I guess when they designed it, they knew they used these bronze screws holding the actual hands on, so they don't rust. And the shaft was bronze also. So I guess they were thinking ahead when they, I guess 1911 when they built the place, they were thinking ahead.
It's important to keep it up and running and as much an essential part of the city as it's been so far.
Well, the point of doing the clock is really that the bromo3.mov tower is a Baltimore landmark and icon. The south face is the most seen face. It faces Camden Yards. People are just tired of seeing it stuck at 12 o'clock. The biggest surprise is when we took the hands off, we found that the drive shaft was solid. It was frozen, essentially, and we weren't anticipating doing much to the drive shaft. We figured it needed lubrication, we could fix it in place, and we were just going to take the hands and restore them. Wood had zero moisture left in it. It was flaking, and it didn't look like they'd been touched for decades, many decades. So we actually took all the counterweights off, took all the metal brackets off, took all the bolts out of the hands themselves, and you can see how the hands were delaminating over time. So the process was to take epoxy, liquid epoxy, and saturate the wood using large syringes. We were injecting epoxy into the entire hand, so all the layers got it. Once the hands were reconsolidated with epoxy, then we took like an epoxy with filler in it and smoothed out all the areas that were missing wood. It's a very good feeling that we restored them. They're back up there. I can guarantee that once we get the clock started this afternoon, the whole thing will run smoothly, and it feels good to be able to figure out how to make that happen. So if any of the other faces need to be repaired in that way, we know what to do. And the hands on the other faces do need to come off eventually, and the wood needs to be preserved and redone like we did.